In this tutorial, we'll add a 6-pole sail design on top of a PDF that was supplied to us by our client. First, we add basic details about the project and the measurement units we'll be using, and then we save the project. Note the model status bar at the bottom of the page. This tracks the progress of the project. We start by adding a background to our workspace. This can be an image or a PDF. In this case, we're going to use a PDF. MPI has an inbuilt import tool which allows us to rotate the file to get it the right way up. We'll select and move the north indicator to bring it into our project workspace. Then we select the area we want to import, and we see the site has been imported into our workspace. We have to scale the workspace. To do this, we need a known distance. Here we have 7 meters between this point and this point. Now you can see the grid changes to reflect the correct scale for the project. Then we add a north indicator. The default for MPI is north up the page. We place our north indicator on the north image in the drawing, then change the angle until the two images line up. This is important for MPI to produce correct shadows. Our status bar now shows 3 steps are green. We've finished with the background and can now move on to building the model. We'll start by turning off the grid since we've got a background image to work with. We'll add some marks which identify some known points on the site, in this case a timber deck. These will help the installers to locate the structure. Now we add poles. Our default pole is set to 2.1 meters, which we'll use for all the low poles in this project. All the default settings for poles and sails can be set to suit your needs and saved to save you time for each project. To add the high poles, we change the pole length to suit the project requirements. In this case, we'll use 3.1 meters for each of the 3 high poles indicated on the drawing. Having finished with the poles, we add some extra dimensions between the poles and the reference marks we added earlier so the contractor can set up pole locations correctly. Now we add 2 quad sails, selecting each pole in a clockwise direction. After the first sail is added, you can see the poles are leaning in the correct direction away from the angle of force. We then add the second sail. Notice now the lean angle of the 2 mid poles has changed. They now lean away from the new force angles. Now this client wants a single sail, so we use the merge sail tool to join the sails together. We can now show the design to the client by rotating it around in 3D. Now let's check if the design actually provides the shade that the client wants. We can adjust the month and time of day to see the shadows move real time. This is a really good time to make adjustments to the design if the poles need to be moved or heights changed to provide better shade. Also, by rotating the view to the perfect angle, we can use Windows' built-in screen clipping tool to capture images of the project at different times, which you can include in the design proposal for the client. Once we're happy with the design, we then move on to the final stage of producing reports for the project. Reports can be printed or saved as PDF for convenient emailing and storage. Notice your company name and logo are included on the cover page, which goes to the client. These are added in settings. The first 2 pages of the reports are for the client: the perspective view of the project and a shadow analysis. The times and dates for the shadows are set using this tool. We have 4 additional reports. The pole set-out report provides the contractor or installer with all the dimensions needed to determine the location of the pole footings. The pole lug and pole lean targets ensure the contractor aligns the poles correctly. And finally, the pole top report gives the post fabricator the information needed to correctly locate the height and angle of the lugs on each pole. Thank you for watching. For more examples and tutorials, please go to MPanel.com or search for MPanel on YouTube and subscribe to our video channel.